looking over here. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all safe and, you know, as happy as you can be in your homes, having some fun, playing games, being outside, riding bikes, all that good stuff we can still do. And of course, practicing yoga, which is what we're going to do. So a couple of things to have. It would be great to have either a block. If you don't have one, no worries. Grab a really big book. At home, I was using my boyfriend's collection of Lord of the Rings, and that worked great. And it made the core work really challenging. And then I'm sure most of you have a blanket and just some pillows, a couple pillows for a bolster instead. We won't be needing a strap today. For tonight's practice, I was thinking we can just move and just flow. And the theme of this practice is just finding focus again, getting those endorphins up. So we're gonna move, we're gonna get sweaty, we're gonna do some core work, and then have a really nice restorative ending and a really sweet Shavasana to look forward to at the end. So I hope you're all ready. Grab what you need if you don't, and then we're gonna meet in a comfortable seat, one leg crossed in front of the other. You can sit on a pillow cushion, palms face down if you're feeling like you need some grounding energy, palms face up if you're feeling a little bit more like you're feeling more receptive today. Just let the eyes close. Settle into your sits bones. Start to bring your awareness into your breath slowly and gradually, allowing them to start to get a little bit deeper, a little fuller. Allowing the gaze inward as you turn down the volume of the white noise going on around you, the clutter in the mind. And then let's take 3 cleansing breaths together. Take a big inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Taking an extra sip through your lips like you're sucking through a straw. And let it go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Taking an extra sip. And let it go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Breath in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Taking an extra sip. And let it go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come back to breathing in and out through the nose. So keeping this slow, smooth rhythm. Remembering that right now on the 4 corners of your mat, the only things you have control over are your breath, your body, and your brain. Set your intention for this practice. What brought you to your mat? What will keep you on your mat? What will focus you on your mat? And then take that intention, plant it like a seed into your heart, and let's seal those in. Take a deep breath in, and sigh it out. Slowly let the eyes open, keep the gaze soft as you make your way onto your back. From your back, draw your right knee into your chest. Give your leg a hug, wind removing pose. Couple deep breaths here if you'd like to circle out the ankles, point and flex the foot. Imagine that you're grabbing something really tiny between your toes. And then bring your right arm to a T. Cross your leg over the body for a gentle twist. Gaze maybe over to the right, bringing out the spine.
Today we're focusing on movements that are going to open the front body, strengthen the back body. Because a lot of us are probably sitting right now, spending a lot of time on the couch, watching Love is Blind on Netflix. I know you are. Draw your knee back up to center. Hands interlaced behind the thigh. Send your leg up towards the ceiling. Couple breaths here in a nice passive stretch. Opening up the back of the leg. Good, these next few breaths here with your hand behind your leg. Press your hand into your leg, press your leg into your hand. Create that resistance. Starting to tone up the hamstring as you stretch it. Good, one more breath. Good, bend the right leg, release it down to meet the left. Pause. And other side. Draw the left leg in. Give it a nice hug. Deep flexion of that left hip, maybe circling out the left ankle. Point and flex, wiggle the toes around. Then left arm to a T, bring the leg across the body for a gentle twist, maybe gaze to the left. Good, inhale, come back through center. Hands behind the thighs, send the leg up to the ceiling. Couple breaths here. If you like to, you can always move your hands up a little higher. You can bring your hand to your big toe. I'm a little sore today, so I'm taking it easy. Rode a bike for like the first time in years yesterday. Good, these next couple breaths make it a little more active. Press your leg into your hand, press your hand into your leg. Turn on that isometric energy. One more breath here. Good. Draw the left leg in, draw the right leg in. Happy baby pose. Bring your hands to the inside of your legs, grab the inside of your heels. Knees go wide. Couple breaths. Little rock side to side. Starting to open up the inner thighs, the hips. Maybe straighten one leg, bend the other. Still maintaining that slow, steady breath we cultivated at the very beginning of the practice. Good. Draw the knees in. Grab your block or your Lord of the Rings collection or whatever heavy book you have on hand. We're going to warm up through the whole body to start. Bring your legs up to the ceiling. Bring your block or book between your feet. Good. Arms up like a dead bug. On your inhale, arms go back, legs go forward. They don't have to go that far. Exhale, curl the shoulders off the mat. Grab the block and switch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. Good. You can always go at your own pace. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to curl. Good. Continue just like this. I'm going to give a couple modifications. Option one, block between the feet. You can bend the knees here, especially if you have a sensitive back. The next one is just not go as far. Bring legs to about 45. Find a rhythm, find a pace that works with your breath. Okay, let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Curl it in, release. Give yourself a hug for a moment. Set your block aside. Good. Let's move towards the obliques. Bring your knees over your hips. Set your block to the side. We won't need it for this one. Interlace the hands behind the back of the skull, elbows wide. Bicycles, really straightforward and simple. We've all done these in PE before. Right elbow to left knee, straighten the right leg. And switch, and switch, and switch. A little faster. Switch, 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 switch. Good. Continuing just like this. Low belly down towards the floor. Feel your low back pressing into the mat. And try and get the elbow that's lifting to touch the knee. Get that shoulder up high as well. Little out breaths. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, elbows wide, 3, 2, 1, and release. Hug it in, release the belly. Awesome. Good. Going back to the deep abdominals, bring the legs up to the ceiling. This is one of my favorite core moves. You're gonna bring your block or your book horizontal, so this way, long ways across the thighs. They don't have to be, the higher up it is, the more difficult it'll be. So don't hurt yourself. Bring it down about mid-thigh. Bring both elbows to the block. Interlace your fingers behind your neck, not your head. Good. Press your elbows into your knees. You can always bend the knees as much as you need to make that contact. And then straighten just your right leg and lift. Left leg and lift. The key is to go slow. Right leg or the block will leave. Lift. Left and up. Good. 8, 7, inhale. 6, 5, 4, gaze to the ceiling so you're not straining the neck. 3, 2, oh man, and 1, release. Block aside, plant the feet, lift up into a nice tiny bridge. Stretch the belly. Let's take a couple breaths here. Maybe tuck the shoulders, maybe interlace the hands. Press down through the heels. Good, and slowly release down. Bring your hands behind the thighs, rock up and down the spine a couple times, give it a nice massage. And then roll over the knees, find your tabletop position. Spread your fingers wide, hands under the shoulders. Tuck the toes, get that extra toe stretch here. Inhale, drop your belly to the floor. Woo, nice and slow. Let's take a couple breaths here in cow. Letting the belly release after all that core work. Exhale, chin to chest, cat pose. Inhale, move through your cow. Exhale. Good, close the eyes, follow your breath. Let it guide you where you need to go. If you want to take an extra couple breaths anywhere or add any organic movement, little sway of the hips, twisting side to side, or connecting them all together, making these big swivels with the body. Good, one more round. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to neutral. Bring your hands a big step forward and then melt your chest down to the floor, puppy pose. So your butt is in the air, your hips are over your knees, toes are tucked. Hands can be as wide as the mat. They can be a little bit more narrow if you're a bit more open in the shoulders. Rest your forehead or maybe your chin down. Couple breaths here. Good. Inhale, walk your hands back up to tabletop position. From your tabletop, pull your belly and ribs up to the ceiling, allowing your tailbone to tilt down. Pull your shoulders away from the ears, lengthen the neck, and then step your left leg back, and then your right, coming into your plank pose. Good. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Remembering you have fingers, of course you have fingers. You have muscles in your fingers. Press down through the pads of your fingertips. Push down through the thumb and index mound. Magnetize your arms together. Magnetize your legs together. So those of you who have been taking class with me in person know that we've been doing the opposite the last couple weeks. We've been pushing the legs wide. Today we're bringing the legs together as we're focusing a bit more on the front body today rather than the back body. So imagine that there's a block between your inner thighs and a block between your ankles, and you're trying to squeeze them, trying to break them. Good, nice, slow, smooth breath still. Good, you can do it. A couple more breaths. I'm here shaking right along with you. 5, 4, 3, heart forward, neck long, 2, and 1. Press back, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Let the belly stretch out. Allow the hips to move side to side. Give the head a shake. Let gravity decompress the neck. Good, settle into your feet. Lift the toes, so not the heels, lift the toes. Spread them down one at a time. Press down through the toes. Good. On your next breath in, bring your gaze forward. Exhale, take a big step to the top of your mat, feet hip width distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders up with the hips. Exhale, hands slide behind the legs, forward fold. Bend the knees, ragdoll. You can keep your hands here. You can interlace them behind your neck or bring them to opposite elbow. Nice sway side to side. Nice gentle stretch of the back body. Nod the head yes and no. Good, on your next inhale, bend the knees if they're not already, bring your hands to your hips. And then to rise, push down through the feet. Push, 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 push to rise all the way up with the flat back. All right, let's start to turn up the volume a little bit. Arms down by your side, Tadasana mountain pose, feet directly underneath the hips. Bring your hands to your heart, close the eyes. Come back to your rhythm of breath and back to your intention that you set. Take a breath in, breath out. Breath in, out. Inhale, release the hands. Exhale. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up to Tadasana. Exhale, hands to the heart, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands plant, step back to your plank. Inhale and plank, squeeze your legs together, arms together. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. You can always drop the knees. Good. Inhale, locust variation. Lift the chest, lift the hands, lift the feet, hold. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale, gaze forward, bend the knees. Exhale, step, walk or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center and release. Again, breath in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, lift up, locust pose variation. Lift the feet and hands. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale, gaze forward, bend the knees. Exhale, step, walk or float. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale through the heart and release. Last Sane, breath in and fold. Half lift and plank, exhale. Inhale and plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, locust variation. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step, walk, floats. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, adding on. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the fingertips, step your right foot back. Drop your right knee down. Inhale, arms up, low lunge. Exhale, do a pull-up, cactus the arms, lift the chest, nice tiny baby back bends. You've probably been sitting a lot. Inhale. Exhale, step back to plank. You can always skip vinyasas. Hold your plank breath in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up, locust variation. Maybe send the hands back this time. Exhale, hands plant, down dog. Take a breath here. Inhale, lift the right leg up high. Exhale, bring it through to the top of your mat. Drop the left knee. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, itty bitty back bend. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, plant the fingertips and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. And release. Good. Inhale. And fold. Half lift. Fingertips down. Exhale, step the left leg back this time. Drop the back knee. Inhale. Little back bend. Reach up. Hands plant. Plank pose. Exhale. Inhale and plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, locust pose. Strengthen up the back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale, lift the left leg up high. Exhale, step it through. Drop the back knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale. Exhale, fingertips down, step forward. Inhale. And fold, exhale. Inhale, root to rise, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart, and release. Let's do that again. Breath in, and fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, right foot steps back. High or low lunge. You can drop the knee or you can lift it to Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Exhale, back bend. Inhale. Exhale, plank. Always remember you can skip. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath. Inhale, lift the right leg up high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, high or low lunge. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, plant the fingertips and step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, refold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. And release. Good, left side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left leg back. Inhale, your lunge. Exhale, back bend. Inhale. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale and plank, heart forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, locust pose. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale. Exhale, plant the fingertips, step forward. Inhale, half lifts. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Stoking those fires in the belly. Inhale. Exhale, right leg back, high or low. Inhale, arms up. This time, instead of back bend, you're gonna bring your left hand to your right arm, up and over like a little half moon. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, locust pose. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath. Inhale, left leg up. Right leg, exhale, step it through. Inhale, arms up. Right hand grabs the left wrist, reach up and over to the left. Oh man. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fingertips plant, step forward. Inhale, half lifts. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart and release. Moving to the left side. Inhale and fold. Inhale, half lifts. Exhale, step the left leg back. Inhale, arms up, lunge. Exhale, up and over to the left. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, down dog. Good, take a breath here. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, arms. Exhale, up and over to the left. Inhale. Exhale, fingertips step forward. Inhale, half lifts. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Leave them there. Close the eyes. Pause a moment here, Tadasana. Take a few deep breaths. Come back to your intention. If you've lost the rhythm of your breath, find it once again. And let's take a cleansing breath together. Take a deep inhale. Out the mouth. Let go of some of that heat. Good, release the hands down. Moving on, we're gonna slow it down a little bit. Now that we're nice and warm, bring your feet hip-width distance apart. Inhale, bend the knees, sink the hips, chair pose. Reach the arms forward, project through the fingertips. Allow the shoulder blades to move up towards the ears. So you sit down low in the butt. Take a look down, make sure you can see your toes, maybe give them a little wiggle. Make sure your weight is in through the heels. Good. Pull in the belly. Give a little lift of the chin here. Good. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, push down through the feet to rise up tall. Interlace the fingers. Up and over to the right, standing half moon. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to the right. Inhale all the way back up, stretch. Exhale to the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale. Inhale, rise up through center. Exhale, back bend, straight back. Just a little one, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lifts. Exhale, plant the palms. Optional vinyasa if you'd like to do a cobra, up dog, sphinx, locust, whatever floats your boat. Or skipping entirely. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Good, restore the rhythm of your breath. Inhale, right leg lifts high. Exhale, step it through. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Back heel spins flat, parallel with the back of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sit into your warrior 2, get low in the hips. Good, make sure that you're not sticking your left hip back Doing this like mall photo shoot pose. If you would like to, you can bring your hands to your hips, straighten your front leg, and bring your right hip forward and up. And then bend the front knee again. Reach through the arms and try and tear your mat in half. Gaze over your front fingertips. Good, stay strong in the legs, feel your glutes squeezing together. On your next breath in, flip your front hand. Exhale, reverse warrior, stretch up and back. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose. Reach this top arm straight up and overhead. Or if you'd like to, you can move it towards the front of your room for a side body stretch. You can keep your right arm on your thigh if you prefer this variation, or if you don't have a prop today, or you can grab your block, bring your block to the inside of your leg, pressing your knee into your arm, pressing your arm into your knee. Getting a little bit of effort into those inner thighs. Last week we did outer side of the leg. This week we're doing inside of the leg. Press your knee in. Then bring your awareness to your shoulders. Notice if that bottom shoulder is kind of collapsing inward. Give your shoulder blades a nice little squeeze together, like you're trying to move your heart to the front of the room. Good. Take a breath in. Little rotation, exhale. Good. Inhale. Bring your top hand to your top hip. Look down to the floor. Tent your right fingertips forward and to the right. Lean forward, 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 and lift off, coming into your half moon pose. Right fingertips can be on the floor, or if you have your block or your book, your DVD collection, whatever it is, you can use that there as well. Once you feel stable, take a little peek back in space. Make sure you can see your toes. That way you know your leg isn't way back here. And gaze down to the floor. Maybe reaching your top arm up. This is when you start to regret not vacuuming all the dog hair before you start your yoga practice. Good. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bring your left hand down to meet the right and fold. Standing splits. I don't care if your hips are open or closed or squared to the mat. Just fold. Release the head. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Bend your front knee. Exhale, step your left foot back. Front knee over front ankle. Inhale, arms up, low lunge. High lunge, excuse me. Exhale, sink low. That's what I meant to say. Good. Inhale, reach through the ring finger. Exhale, little tiny back bend. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lean forward and take a little step to your chair pose. Good. Reach the arms straight forward in front of you. So not up here, right in line with your shoulders. And then start to sit lower, lower, lower. Squeeze your knees together. Lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming all the way down to the mat. Good. This is a little pause to grab a sip of water. Grab your block. Or if you have free weights, like a 10-pound free weight is great, or maybe 5 pounds, or your book block, whatever your block prop is. Bring it into your hands. Knees up around the hip area. Option A, keep your toes, little ballerina toes on the mat. So your big toes are touching, not totally flat. That way we keep a little bit more activity through the front of the leg. Or option B, lift those legs up high, squeeze the legs together. Russian twist, take a breath in. Exhale, twist, touch the block to the floor. So we're not right here, we're going way over here. Good, back to center, and twist, and twist, and twist. Good, faster. Twist, 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 twist. Good, just like this. See if you can touch the floor every time. You can keep your gaze forward if that helps. If it makes you dizzy to watch your block, or gaze to the block can help you complete the twist a little bit more. If your legs start spinning out of control, going crazy, bring your big toes down. You're still gonna get a really good core workout, even with the toes down onto the floor. Good, and nice small, quick breaths here. Good, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, set your block aside. Bring your feet into your pelvis. Reach the arms forward. Take a breath in, little scoot back. Exhale, toes down, lift, chair pose. Good. Hands to heart. Walk your feet together. Sit nice and low on your hips. Come back to that rhythm of breath. We lost it during the core work, that's okay. Come back. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sink the hips lower. Inhale, push down through the feet, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And release the hands down by your side. Beautiful. Left side, starting with our chair. Inhale, Utkatasana, sink low. Good. Reach through the arms. Get a little lift of the chest. We're using those locust muscles. That's why we did so many locusts at the beginning of class in our flow, to help get that little strengthener of the spine. Sit a little bit lower. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Inhale, push through the heels, rise tall. Exhale and release the hands up and over to the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, standing half moon. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale back to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, little back bend. Open the heart. Inhale, reach it tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, optional vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Good, take a breath here. On your next breath in, lift the left leg up high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, warrior two pose. Exhale, sink into the hips. Think about what we did in the first one. If you'd like to, you can bring hands to hips, straighten the front leg. Do a little auto correct of the hips. Left hip comes forward and up. Keep it there. Rebend. Arms to the front and back of the room. Give a tiny little hug of your shoulder blades together, just so the shoulders aren't really up high, suffocating the neck. Good. Inhale, flip the front hand. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose. I'm gonna turn this way so my back isn't to you. Side angle pose. Reaching that top arm up to the ceiling, or if you prefer the side stretch, you can totally take the side stretch, especially if you've been sitting a lot. Hand to the inside of the leg if you choose to go to the block, or if you can make it to the floor. Press your knee into your arm, press your arm into your knee, fire up those inner thighs. Good, and remembering this is a little bit of a twisting pose, so inhale, lengthen the spine, especially that lower waist. Exhale, rotate from the chest and the ribs. Good, one more breath in. Exhale, right hand to right hip, look down to the floor. Bring your block or fingertips forward and to the left. Lean, 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 and lift off, coming into your half moon pose. Maybe reaching the top arm up high. Finding that drishti, that spot to focus on. And find that focus. One more breath in. Exhale, both hands to the floor and fold, standing splits. Good, on your next inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your front knee, step back to your lunge pose. Inhale, lift up through the arms. Exhale, sink into your hips. Inhale, reach through the ring fingers, look up. Exhale, little back bend. Inhale, reach it tall. Exhale, hands to your heart. Lean to that left leg and do a little step, feet together for this chair. Good, hands to heart, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Hug your knees in, reach the arms forward, and start to lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering all the way down. All right, no block for this one. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. If you'd like a sip of water, grab your sip of water. All right, we're gonna stick with Navasana, boat pose, sweet and simple. Option A, toes stay on the floor, hands behind the low back for some support, giving the shoulder blades a little squeeze together, and you can just slide the feet, doesn't have to be much. Option B, lift the feet. Option C, arms forward. Option D, legs up. Option Z, arms up, okay? Go where you wanna go today. I'm gonna hang out here. Shoulder blades back, chest high, nice and proud in your boat. Inhale, lengthen halfway, straightening out the legs. Exhale, lift thighs to belly. Inhale, exhale. Lower, and lift. Focus on straightening the legs. If you go down too far, you kind of get this rocking action. And lift. Inhale, straighten the legs, and up. Breath in, and out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up. Woo. Pause. Good job. All right. Our little longevity test here. Anyone else do this at family holidays? Arms in front of you, feet down. Give yourself a little tiny rock, and then push through the feet, lift back up to your chair. Good. Arms go up. Settle in. Take a big breath in. Breath out. Inhale, push through the feet, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. And release. Good. All right, let's bring our feet mat width distance apart. Moving to Malasana. Sorry, just catching my breath here. Hands to heart center. And slowly down we go towards the floor into our Malasana squat. Most of you know already how to modify here. If you're a little bit up higher in your squat, grab a couple blocks, books, pillows, a child, your dog, something to just rest your seat on. Or you can lower a little bit further. If you're a bit further down, you can challenge yourself by bringing your feet just a little bit closer together. Toes slightly more forward. And hands to heart center. Good, let's take a few breaths here just to even out the pace of our breath. Come back to that clarity, that focus inward. Vinyasa flows are amazing for our brains because it keeps our brain busy. It's difficult to think about everything else going on when you're thinking about breath to movement. But then it can also make it to where when we slow down, we're kind of like, oh, now what? What am I supposed to think about? The same things. Still thinking about your breath. Still thinking about your body, the two simplest things that you own. The two most humble things that you have. Just your breath and your body. But if you'd like to move into crow, we'll move into crow. Those of you who do not want to move into crow, I would like you to take some twists in your Malasana. Moving through the spine, or just hang out here. You can bring your fingertips wide. There's a little bit of a different sensation bringing the arms wide. If you want to take a little restorative variation, you can let the chin drop. But those of you who are moving to crow, I'll give a quick demo. A lot of people find that they can get to crow easier at home because they're more comfortable. They're
they have their carpet, they have their rugs, you can put pillows in front of you. So let's do a little adventure there. So my preference for getting into crow is I like to come out of my malasana, straighten my legs. I like to bring my feet together. You can bring your feet onto your block or whatever you have around you, bringing your knees wide. And this is a really nice little cheat. It's not a cheat, but it's a little bit of an assist, a help to get those knees up into the armpits. If you don't need it, no worries. Feet together, hands flat. Lift up onto your toes like you're a little bird, a little crow about to take off. And then bring your knees wide. Wrists down, spread the fingers. Remember, you have muscles in your fingers, and notice this little scrunch of my hands. My hands are not pushing flat. I'm kind of scrunching up my fingers. Then squeeze your arms with your elbows. Round the spine like you're in cat pose, right? Push through the floor, round through the spine. And then maybe you just lift one toe at a time. And this is what you work on today. Or maybe you lift one, and you're like, hey, that's not so bad. Then you lift the other. But your focus is rounding the spine and squeezing with those inner thigh muscles that we've been cultivating this whole class. Like you're trying to juice your arms, squeeze your arms together with those knees. Good. If you're studying your crow, maybe you start to move from a cat pose to a cow pose. Start to pull your heart forward and straighten the arms. Good. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, if you're ready to land down, my birdies, come back to your malasana. Good. And then drop to your seat. Roll over the knees. We got one last little eensy weensy teensy piece of work we're gonna move into, and then we're gonna head into our yin restorative portion of class. So, elbows down. Like I said at the beginning, we're working on strengthening up areas of the body that tend to kind of melt as we sit at home in quarantine a lot. So let's head into dolphin. Elbows under the shoulders. You can have your arms at an 11 or interlace the hands. Interlacing the hands is my personal preference, but do what's comfortable. Take a look, make sure your elbows are under the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Inhale, relax the head. Look towards the feet and straighten the legs. Good. From here, press your chest back. Walk your feet forward. Maybe they don't go anywhere. Maybe you just take some little steps. That's okay. And you can bend the knees as much as you need. If you're really tight in the legs, tight in the back, that's cool. Bend the knees. Push your belly back to your thighs. Try and get your thighs to touch your belly. Good. Otherwise, try and straighten them. Push back with the arms. Push down through the elbows and the pinky fingers and the forearms and anything that's touching the floor. Push down. Imagine that your most least favorite food is right underneath your face right now. Good. Get long through the sides of the waist. Few breaths here. Option to stay or inhale, lift the right leg high, come to your left tippy toes, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. Left leg lifts. Hold. Tippy toes with the right foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Hold here. Bring the feet in maybe a little bit more. Pull in the belly. Chest back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, drop the knees. Sink the hips back. Child's pose. Rest the forehead down. Good. This is our first restorative posture, child's pose. So slow everything down. If you feel like you need a little support in the neck today, block underneath the head. Rest the forehead down. Or if you have your pillows, grab your pillows. Bring them underneath the chest. Give them a nice big hug as you sink the hips back towards your heels. See if you can find that breath again.
Imagining that fire that's in your belly, going from this loud, powerful roar of power, and it's slowly, slowly starting to burn down, not extinguishing, but moving to a nice little crackling fire, a little cozy fire. About halfway through this first posture. If you need to adjust at all, you can always bring the knees wider, making a little bit more space for the hips. Also bring the knees a little bit closer together, sending the hands back towards the heels. Take about 5 more breaths here. Inhale. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Gently press up. Move any props you have to the side and roll your way onto your belly. We're going to continue with this theme of opening up the front of the body, which tends to be really compressed during times of being stagnant. So moving into broken wing pose. We're going to bring your arms. There's 2 options for the arms. Option 1 is arms to a T. For some people, this isn't enough. For some people with a lot of mobility through the chest, this doesn't feel like enough. But arms to a T, hands in line with the shoulders. Or if you need more, cactus instead. 90-degree angle with those arms, perfect little goalposts. Then what you'll do is you'll turn your gaze over to the right, and then lift your right leg, and you're gonna roll over, like you're gonna roll onto your back, but your left arm stops you. So your left arm is like your little broken wing. And you should feel a nice big opening through the chest and through the shoulder. And in this pose, I want you to relax the head down. If you need to, you can bring a prop or a pillow underneath it. Relax the jaw, the shoulders. Go of anything that you're holding in the body. Take 10 more breaths here. One more deep breath in. And use your right hand like a break as you exhale. Very slowly and gradually come back to center. Bring your right hand underneath your head, then your left hand on top of the right. Rest the forehead down. Pause. Good. If you're ready, lift the head. Bring your arms back into their T or cactus shape. This time, gaze over to the left and begin to roll over over like you're rolling onto your back. Remembering to relax the jaw, the head, and the neck here, anything that can tighten up the shoulder. And we're about halfway through. Good, 5 more breaths. On your next breath out, use your left hand as a brake as you slowly and gradually come back to center. Stack the hands, rest the forehead. Good, we've been on our bellies for a little bit. So bring your feet nice and wide. Bend the knees and take some more windshield wipers side to side. Good, release the legs down. Rise up, coming into a Sphinx position. So elbows are under the shoulders. Arms are at an 11. Coming into straight jacket pose or shoelace pose. Shoulder blades hug back. Straighten out your left arm just to make space. Bring your right hand and thread it parallel with the top of your mat. So you don't want it going off to an angle. You want it in line with your shoulder. Walking it over as much as it can comfortably go. Option A, forward fold here. Nice stretch through the top of your right arm. You can take your left hand, rest your head down on it, or take your block or whatever you have to rest your head down. Option B, full straight jacket pose, where you cross now your left arm all the way across, like a little shoelace, palms down, and you rest the chin down on the arms. One is not really deeper than the other, so choose the one that feels best. There are some days half straight jacket feels best. There are some days that full feels best. What are your shoulders asking for? Take 2 more breaths here. We're not here too long. Got other places to go. Inhale, lift the head. Start by pulling the elbows apart like you're untying a shoelace. Stack the hands, rest the head. Good, next side, lift the head. Come back to your Sphinx position. Arms at an 11, straighten your right arm, thread the left. You know where to go, half or full straight jacket. Five more breaths. Next breath in, lift the head. Very slowly and gradually. Pull the arms apart. Rest the forehead down on the hands. Good. Rise up. Coming into your Sphinx position once again. I'm going to give a couple options here. So the first option is to hang out in Sphinx. Shoulder blades back, press down through the arms. So it's a little bit more of an active pose. You can bring your feet a little bit wider if your low back is starting to bother you. You can hang out here just getting a really nice opening through the heart. Decompressing where we hold a lot of stickiness and glue up here in the shoulders and the thoracic spine, that upper back. Just breathing deep. This is a bit much. You can take your, the blanket's way over there. You can take your blanket and bring it underneath your belly or underneath your hips for a little bit of a lift there, a little support. Those of you who would like to work on the legs a little bit, you're gonna move to a frog pose variation. So what you'll do is you'll take your left hand over towards the right, just to give you a little angled support. Push down, bend your right leg. Reach back with the right arm, find the foot. Now maybe you just hang out here, you're stretching the quad, and that's good enough. You can always go back to Sphinx if this is not for you today. Or you can bring your hands on top of the toes, and then you're gonna turn your fingertips to the front of your mat as your elbow goes to the ceiling for a frog pose. Lengthening out through the quads, which are our body's main hip flexor. So when we say hip flexors in yoga, we're not just talking about the psoas, we're also talking about the quadriceps. Okay, and just like before, we won't be here a full yin yoga length hold. We'll just be here for a little bit just to get a nice release. Take one more breath in. If you're in frog, start to slowly unwind the arm, then gradually let go of the leg, come back to Sphinx. Those of you who are hanging out in Sphinx for the full time, stay as you are. Maybe straighten the arms or just lift the elbows a little bit. For a little bit of a deeper opening, you can bring your elbows onto blocks or onto a blanket, or you can drop the head. Those of you going into your frog pose on side 2, bring your right hand to your left wrist, bend your left leg, tall in the chest, reach back, find your foot. Maybe you hang out here, or you reach your fingertips forward, elbows up. Get a bonus little foot stretch while you're here too. Nice little push down on the toes. Good, let's take 3 more deep breaths. And slowly unwind the hand first. Release the leg nice and slow. Those of you in Sphinx will all meet here. And then as we've done before, stack the hands, rest down. Good, on your next breath in, lift the head. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck the toes. Give yourself a nice little press up to a tabletop position. If you'd like to, you can stay in your tabletop, or if you'd prefer heading into a downward dog. Ooh, that can feel nice after being on the belly for a long time. Maybe a little pedal with the legs, press the chest back. Good. Whether you're in down dog or tabletop, bring your right leg up, and then bring your right knee to your right wrist, coming into pigeon. Pivot the shin, so your knee is out in the angle, your knee is to the outside of the wrist, and then lowering the hips down. Maybe bringing a blanket or a block or whatever you have underneath your right hip if you need that support, especially if your hips are feeling a little tighter. Maybe this is your first practice in a while. And then lower down, humbling your pigeon. If you'd like a little bit more of a restorative option, you can grab your bolster or your bed pillows, couch pillows, and give it a nice hug. And of course, those of you who are not taking pigeon today, if you have any knee sensitivities, taking figure 4 on your back, here or here. Have 4 more breaths here. Good. If you're ready, inhale, lift up through the torso. Make your way into either your 3-legged dog or your 3-legged tabletop. Circle out the leg. Also remember that you are at home and I'm not there. So you are welcome to stay in your pigeon as long as you need. After these poses, we're heading into our Shavasana, so you can always find your way there when you are ready to. Other side, left knee to the outside of your wrist, pivot the shin, support if needed, and fold down when you're ready. We'll take 5 more breaths here. And on your next breath in, if you're ready, keep the eyes soft as you lift the head. Make your way into either your 3-legged dog or 3-legged tabletop. We're going to come onto our backs. This is a really good opportunity to, if you would like to, grab your things, run into your room, lock the door so no one can bother you during your Shavasana, or dim the lights, grab a blankie, grab whatever you'd like. Before we head there, we're just going to come onto our backs, draw the knees in, bring the arms to a T or a cactus shape, and then drop the knees over to the right. Just a little twist. Good. Bring your knees back up to center. Send them over to the left. bring your knees back up through center. Give yourself a little hug, even out the spine. And then begin to set up for your Shavasana pose. Maybe grabbing your couch pillows or something a little firmer to go underneath the knees. Maybe a blanket over the body or under the head. If you are following along with the playlist that I made, go ahead and switch the song to the very last one if it's not there yet. Good, settling in, getting nice and comfortable, letting go of all effort physically of this practice, but remembering we're still relaxing with subtle awareness, not letting the mind stray too far, still keeping the breath deep and soulful. And let's end this practice the way we began. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Take rest. I'll wake you when it's time. without moving just yet. Take a moment to feel what it feels like to be in your body, to have a body, to be a body. Only if you are feeling ready. You're welcome to stay in your rest as long as you are needing. You can always mute me and stay as you are. Or begin to flutter the fingers and toes. Reach your arms up and overhead. Taking a big stretch from your fingers all the way through your feet. And then rolling over onto your favorite side. Pausing here. Feeling the physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional shifts you've experienced. Looking at each and every one and reminding yourself that this is why you do yoga. This is why we practice. Take an inhale. Keep the eyes closed as you press up, coming to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Bow your head to your fingertips. Come back to the intention you set 90 minutes ago, to that reason that you made it to your mat tonight. Take a moment to give yourself the acknowledgement and the self-gratitude you deserve for making it onto your mat, putting in the work, doing something amazing for your mind and your body and your spirit. It takes an incredible amount of self-discipline to practice at home, I know firsthand. And the fact that you made it and you practiced and you hung out with me during this time, you deserve the credit for it. Let's seal in this practice with one final breath as a virtual collective. Take a deep inhale. Send it out the mouth. Exhaling only love, compassion, and kindness to all those we meet. 6 feet away from them though. Bring your thumbs to your third eye. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free and healthy. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis, for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys feel great after this practice. And I will hopefully see you in person soon. But take care of yourself. Namaste.